Very good evening, friends. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. Every day, I'm getting lots of messages from the people across the globe whereby they are asking where we should go and what we should do. And many youngsters, the people who did CFA, Certified Financial Analyst, MBA, CPA, FRM, Chartered Accountants, and various degrees. They are asking me what to do. To be very honest, sometimes I replied, sometimes I do not reply. Because I'm also having a bandwidth restriction. My company is not like Apple or Google or Facebook where thousands and thousands of employees are working. So I have a privilege to explain and answer everybody. But in this video, I decided to give you my perspective on what is happening in the banking sector. From the last 2 months, I was out of YouTube as our hedge fund is taking positions, it is expanding, and now we are entering into the portfolio management software business. So we were a little busy, we were not being able to justify the time on the YouTube. But now, as you can notice that we are back on the YouTube and slowly videos are coming. We are planning to have at least one video every second day, large videos on the YouTube. Last week, Citigroup, I don't think we need to explain what is Citigroup. Citigroup decided to wind up their retail banking business in 13 countries, which includes India as well. However, the surprising fact for me is that Citigroup decided to continue with Singapore and Hong Kong. In Singapore, I can understand because I am a Singapore based person. Our company is Singapore based, so I can understand keeping Singapore is a strategic decision. Okay, no regrets, but keeping Hong Kong, that is little tricky for me at least. After Citigroup announces that they decided to quit the retail banking in the 13 countries, and by the way, you know that I worked as a corporate registrar for American companies. I know bank better. I have contacts in banks. So I don't think that this is the final decision of Citi. So what I mean by the final decision is that as of now, they quitted 13 countries. According to the various sources and the various statistics, we are having around 206 countries of the globe. Some article does suggest we have 210 plus. And Citi is more or less prevalent across the globe. In fact, let me recall my best experience. When I started my treasury career, we were looking to have an Euro account in Europe and specifically in Finland, Helsinki. Guys, you don't trust, we went to Google, we checked with JP Morgan, Citi, and almost every bank, and we were not getting the appropriate answer. But Citi, when we checked, Citi was there almost whole Europe. So they said, hey guys, don't talk about Finland, we are in the whole Europe. What do you want? Let me know. We will do for you. And rest is history. We got the account with Citi. Now, Citi wanted to wind up in India plus the 13 countries, but I feel that Citi would, in the later stages, would wind up in many more countries also, which include in Asia also. Maybe in another 10 plus countries, which I'm not giving any name, but I think Citi would wind up. According to various articles in India, various WhatsApp messages, various, I would say, information which is floating on the WhatsApp, around 20,000 people, which is 20, around 20,000 people are working for Citibank only in India. India is facing economic downturn, we know. The government is looking for money, we know. RBI is printing money, we know. Every year, government is borrowing around 12 lakh crores, we know. Cornering of financial market is happening, we know. Keeping this is a backdrop, another 20,000 jobs at stake, it's a big disaster, guys. And you know, the business media, they only focus on Flipkart, Walmart, Snapdeal, Phone Pay, and all these companies, those who are heavily ventured by the venture capitalist, or those who are looking for IPO without even knowing the profit by juice. The question is, Citibank quit at that point of time is a disastrous news for India. Who would be buying Citibank? Retail operations. I don't think that any foreign bank would be interested in this. JP Morgan Chase having very small retail business in India. Goldman Sachs having no retail business in India. HSBC is already winding up retail business across the globe. They, in fact, few months ago, there were rumors that HSBC is winding up in many countries, and they around 35,000 jobs are at stake in HSBC. UBS is not very prevalent in the retail banking in India. Standard Chartered, you know the downturn of Standard Chartered. I remember in 2007, hardly any Indian corporate who was not a client of Standard Chartered. And today, the scene is completely reversed because majority of the client is now either with JP Morgan or with some other bank, other foreign bank. So who would be buying the assets of Citibank retail operations in India? That is definitely a big question to me, because I don't think the Indian public sector banks, by the way, SBI and all, and I don't think that other Indian bank like HDFC, ICICI, Axis and others, without very big, very big external assistance, they can buy that. Because Citibank retail operations in India is not 1 crore, 2 crore, 100 crore or 1000 crore business. It's a, by the way, a very big business. So private equity players needs to venture up into. But the question is not the private equity player. The question is that in this mess, another 20,000 jobs are at stake. As Government of India is looking to privatize the public sector banks, and the article dated 16th April 2021 in Economic Times states that the Niti Aayog, basically the think tank of Government of India, who was originally known as the Planning Commission during the Congress government, is doing step-by-step procedures to sell the government, two government banks plus one insurance company. Time will tell which are two government banks. People have a lot of guesses. I have my own guesses, but I'm not discussing these guesses in public. The moral of the story is that in another few years, like the Bloomberg data suggests that from 2014 till 2020, around 500,000 jobs, which is around 500,000 jobs, quitted only in US and Europe in banking. Asian, no one knows. Guys, we need to be alert. BNP Paribas already quitted wealth management in India. Now, Citibank officially quitting the retail operations in India. Indian big private sector bank, whether it is ICICI, Axis and all, you know the kind of non-performing asset they do have. But thanks to their auditors and thanks to the Hindi media, it will never come in the public. If these job cuts would continue, then probably another few years, finding a person who works in a bank would be difficult. And remember that India not yet touched the digitization. Like in Europe and US, there's a huge digitization is happening. Apps are coming, branches are getting closed. Guys, do you know there is a website called Finextra? You should go to that website. Very good website, very good information they are sharing publicly. I need to appreciate that website, and I always appreciate the good work. According to various articles on Finextra, I think several hundred branches being cut up by the foreign banks in 2020, and this is continue. When India will move towards digitization, because one day or not India has to move the digitization, then the ripple effect you see in India also. Citibank quit in 13 countries is not the only thing the banking sector need to face. Mess is on the cards. Mess is on the cards. Henceforth, you might have any degree, MBA, CFA, CPA, FRM, GARP, XYZ degrees. Please look forward for knowledge, not the degrees. Banks need people, those who are competent and strong people functionally than the degree people. And guys, I'm telling you, this Citibank example will repeat very soon. Very soon. And before I close, 20,000 jobs at stake. 20,000 jobs. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting Group. You know my personal number, which is +91 9899 242 978. Have a great time ahead. Thank you.